Hello,
Have you never
lumberfoots.
considered another career, sir?
Today we're gonna be doing some run on Quickplay, some legend, and
Well, that's the
we're
thing.
gonna be playing with
Can't really
Handmaiden
picture
and the
you
dual
as anything
swords.
else. Some men are
And I
born
got
to
the longbow.
You're going a little outside of Ubersreich this time. It appears
Once
there's
again, as
another
usual,
hiding
I
in the
will show you
graveyard.
the build
Let's
and
hope it's not
talents
attached
and
to
weapon
something
selection and
ambitious.
everything after we're done with the
No,
run,
I'm sure.
and we'll see how this goes.
Almost certain, in fact. Try not to worry about it. Anyway, you'll be too busy finding the source of the Skaven poison to worry about details, won't you?
Basic idea of the build is obviously to be like a frontline melee combatant, because dual swords enable for some serious amount of crowd control
The
and
rats
crowd
are at work
healing.
amongst the graves.
Then I have the longbow to pick off some specials if you find any. You usually do, so no worries there.
Are you sleepy? Now!
Healing draft if needed.
That mausoleum with the green
Looks like our
glow
host is in a rush.
where to go.
Which is fair enough.
Sun and shadow!
I think she wants to speedrun this or something.
Pouches are empty.
So, you can hit the slow, lumbering target after all. The eternal dice!
You hear what I hear, mate?
Blight Stormer! Good. Ha! One less leech.
Some kind of vile, skaven stain.
Chaos warrior, work together.
I remember this bit. Oh, you're in for it now. Or maybe you're not. How many times have you been here?
Oh, cool, Soul Spire.
I don't remember it like this. Not at all.
Work fire!
You'll do holy.
Stunner warrior comes for us. Stun ready.
So far, so good.
I've spotted ammunition.
It's this way. That
Apparently
heavy
headshots are
treads
strong enough on the
arrogance
heavies
and
to be able to one-shot
It's a
out.
chaos
What's
war.
it called? Raider?
Over there, lumberfoots.
Actually,
Tear
oh, I
one
actually
out.
got the Chaos Warrior. That's cool. I didn't expect that to work.
Blight Stormer, walk the wind.
Look at him, he's resting.
Got rats in the maze. Time to cleanse it.
Let's be a nice wutelgis and let the team know we have some art there.
A gutter runner treads close. Rupture!
Great. Get bamboozled.
Hold fast. They may be repulsive, but they die easily enough.
I kinda don't want to push in there right now, but
Quit! Your aim is as certain as your goggles. Shut! Lock it! If only you were of the faithful, elf. Yeah, this is a dead end.
okay, this is less than ideal.
For all like I'll bring you down. They're swarming. Be ready.
All hear that right, Storm, alright? Don't waste that advance.
I'm actually gonna go kill the horde now.
My undeserving arse.
It's always a lot easier to kill the horde.
I thought vermin were cunning. Ha! They can sample spreads more clear. Draw the beast's attention. Use the better swarming method in dispatching these rassos.
There's a backstabber scampering nearby. A bomb! Now that's what we needed.
This isn't it. Try something else. A different direction.
Lights.
Can you not sense it? Like dung with your fingers dragging through the leaves.
Oh, poor thing, he's all worn out.
With the winds! I don't fear it.
Die fighting! Die defiant!
Why am I on fire? Sienna? The beast, Sienna! Ah! Lucky swing!
We'll clear this place out!
Wizard, why is my skin... Darkness! Pressing in. Black rock, your hours... Rat man, always compensating with machinery.
Over here!
Ooh, my boots!
Ammunition here! Found bombs! Hey, hey, come here, black rat!
I wonder if this crypts actually spawn any art.
That stench! Stormvermin!
Doesn't look like it.
Down we go. Next up,
Yes, also I am aware that the video guide for the art locations exists, but I haven't bothered to look through it. It's more fun to actually find it yourself, I think.
Here's a healing draft. There's always bloody more, isn't there?
Don't wanna push here now. We have a perfectly good choke point.
Look, a warrior rat.
Another stormvermin. Don't die like the rest. Oh, don't let yourself out. Let the black rat come. I've an arrow for him.
Black ones. Look out, wrestling gun. The gun that is warp fire.
I'm sure it's an accident, but you're going the right way.
No, I can't aim for the heads.
Stairs. These bandages are filthy. With the winds. Don't underestimate that warp fire thrower.
Walk my throwers out of it. That rasping breath. A gas rat. I drink this in need of desire.
Move it here. By the weed.
By the hammer. Supplies attack. Bloody Sigma. Yeah.
Really bad time for Sienna to go parkouring.
Hurry then, Marcus! For Kruber's sake, I
Crap.
do hope that Sigmar is real. Get up, Hunter. Looks like you lost one eye. A black rat. A challenge at last. Not in shadow. Fleeting shadow. Apothecary's brew. It's small, filthy, and noisy. Ha! Just like a dwarf.
Well, the good news is that the boys spawned right here, so we didn't really lose anything.
That stench. Stormvermin.
I don't know if this is actually a good way to kill this.
Make way! The rattling's dead.
Do this as I need you, hale and ready to unleash fury with it.
Assassin rat dead!
A maze within a maze. Ugh. I had a dream like this once.
Genius fighting spirit.
Look, Shalier's gift.
Hurry! This way!
An assassin.
This one! I can feel it!
Sneak rat is dead.
That's a good shot from Soulspire.
That's another! Up the steps! Rally shot! Okay! Up these steps! The eternal dance!
Stand ready. Stand.
Vulture!
And the good thing about playing Handmaiden is that you can position yourself always where you want to, because she's just stupidly mobile.
This is the source. Destroy the cauldron.
Hit flame rat. Against you, and I want your flame. Vermin gunner.
Radiance! Here, ammunition!
Stupid shield rats.
Ammunition! More stormvermin. There's no end to them. Capture the stage! Quickly! A blight stormer! Fleeting shadow!
Full of offland.
Police monks comes for the mayflies! Radiance!
Right hammer.
Move!
We have done our duty. Now we shall withdraw.
black rats. A challenge at last.
That was definitely harder than before. Oh well. Enjoy.
Well, that was incredibly stupid of me.
Encroach across the whole empire, if rumors are true.
And I thought we were doing just fine. Oh well.
The eternal dance.
Suppose it serves me right for using a stupid hat like this. Yeah, all in all, I don't think we did too bad right there. Besides the sloppy ending on my part. Let's get the boring chest and get on with the program then, shall we? Right, so this is what I have. Probably wouldn't use block cost reduction instead of attack speed, but it's an orange and I don't bother making this into red. So it is what it is. Just put on some crit and swift slaying because why not? It's always nice to have more DPS and somewhat reliably up. And this is the longbow I used. Just got infantry and skaven. Maybe I'd need something else here to reach the breakpoints to body shot. Cutter runners and something with one shot. I'm not sure which is if it is enough or not. I'd have to check it. Don't really use potion because I usually end up carrying grimace because Handmaiden is stupidly mobile. And yes, you guessed it, I have the typical stamina and health with natural bond here, but obviously bark skin is also a very viable alternative, whichever you prefer. And then I have my boss talent trinket thingy here, because the 20% boss damage is nice to support the team. As for my talents, I think out of the options given here, this is by far the best, because 40% more ammo is always nice to have. Funnily enough, somebody told me that you can stack this with the group healing thingy, and if you have been down yourself and then you kill the boss, then it spreads the effect of the group healing and level 10 talent to the whole party. So it cleans all the wounds there, which is really interesting. But I am not using it, I'm using this for 15% basically free hero power, because it's just incredibly useful to have. But you could technically build it for this, but this is more of a true solo type talent for me. I have more movement speed because I think this is actually dodgy enough that I don't need the dodge range talent. And I don't really use the push that much, so I don't think I need the more stamina region thingy either. This is probably the best temp HP talent in the game right now, so with a weapon like dual swords that hits multiple targets, then yes, it's crazy good. You are killy, but not killy enough in my opinion to sustain this, so it's better to stick with this. And group healing is group healing. If you want to run it, then by all means, but I am usually relying on temp HP and NB to run it. And out of 3 options here, more dashing. I don't even know how much this is as a damage bonus. Some said it is really good, but for me 3 seconds of invisibility after dashing is quite useful. Basically you can just dash somewhere, swap the bow and shoot something completely for free. So that's what I use it for.
Raining cats and dogs.
Or I dash next to an elite and get 3 seconds of free damage in. Let's get the dummies up again and see what kind of infantry damage we do with this. Okay. Okay, 8.75 on a light attack. This is actually very interesting, because the light attack is already powerful enough with this and the 15% that you one-shot a fanatic, because they have 18 hit points, and that's incredibly useful. But with this, remember, once again, it doesn't count the power versus Skaven or chaos in here. So this is over 9 damage per hit, which means that I can 2-shot a fanatic with the lights. That's for the heavies. Unfortunately, judging from the numbers here, I don't think this is enough to kill more than one single target with the heavy. Maybe if you spec it more, you could do something like that and kill multiple fanatics with the heavies without having to use the light attacks. Or with the heavy attacks to the face. Let's see. Downside is that this does not exactly have very good anti-armor damage. Even with a critical hit, doing 7.25 right now. And the head hits do like 9 damage, or 4.5. Not really good. That's 4 damage per hit. 10 on a head hit, so you need like multiple hits to the head to kill a stormvermin, which is the most typical enemy that is armored and Skaven you'll be fighting, because they have 39 hit points, as you can see here with the mod. And then for the longbow, already strong enough to kill a fanatic with a single shot. And for the head, and then kill a raider. Probably not enough to one-shot a raider either. And as for the armor targets, it's 19.5. So that's 2 shots once again. Once you count the 10% from Skaven, so you can 2-shot a stormvermin here. And then headshots do like 53 damage, so it's already enough. But as for your role in the battlefield, the Handmaiden is incredibly mobile, incredibly flexible class as well. And she does have access to the dual swords, but there is unfortunately no real reason to play it right now. Because everything she can do with dual swords, aka kill infantry, she can do also with her other weapons, but the downside of this is the shitty armor damage in comparison, and the other ones have far superior, like the sword and dagger or the dual daggers. So this is supposed to be like the best weapon out of those 3 for killing infantry targets, as far as I understood the role, and they definitely do it. But this is more like a problem, is that this is the kind of elf weapon that isn't actually OP, and you actually have trade-offs. So that's the reason to play it, is to have some kind of trade-off, you know, to challenge yourself instead of just using one weapon to do it all, like the sword and dagger does. And lastly, let's check the push tab. Okay, 6.5 on a body shot isn't bad. That's 13 on a headshot, so 3 of those is enough to kill a stormvermin. And 2 if you get 2 lucky crits in a row, but that's probably not going to happen, so I wouldn't count on it. Let's see, this is the heavy one. And this one does more armor damage than the... Nope, it's the same numbers. I missed the head. Okay. I was trying to figure out if there's any reasonable way to do like a push tab into heavy combo for armor damage, but you probably might actually be best getting the push tabs into the faces. And thus the stamina regen might actually be beneficial for you. Learn something new every day. And don't forget that this is also a very good way to break the shield, because you can just do this. So apparently, interestingly enough, the push tabs do have some kind of usefulness to this. But yeah, Handmaiden is by definition, in my opinion, a very good frontline unit, and you can just keep dashing and finding your way to wherever the fighting is going on, and she can pretty much fulfill and step in on where she's needed the most, enabled by her stupid levels of mobility. An incredibly solid class and called the Queen of Clutch for a reason. But yeah, that's all I have to say about this video and these dual swords for now. So if you made it this far, oh constant watcher, then I thank you for your time, and I will see you with the next one.